Hey, Church of the Resurrection, Adam Hamilton here, Senior Pastor from Resurrection. I'm with Megan Delgrosso, who's our lead youth minister at Resurrection Leewood. And we're coming to you just outside of Warsaw at a retreat center. We've got over 300 children, youth, and adults from the Polish and Ukrainian United Methodist churches here for their Days of Renewal. You may hear some kids screaming outside the hall. I've heard them just a moment ago. And we've got 10 of our students and some of our adult ministry staff, our volunteers and staff. And it's been an amazing adventure. I want to tell you a little bit about what we did, and we started off on Monday. We all went to Auschwitz-Birkenau, and we just thought it was too important for us not to take the time to take our students there, and for 3 hours walk through it in silence. And what were your impressions of the students' feelings as they walked through Auschwitz-Birkenau?
Yeah, it was a challenging experience for them. It was hard, but we ended the day with a powerful conversation.
Yeah, and that conversation was about how do we make sure this never happens again? What's our role as Christians and as leaders to make sure that never happens again? It was really deeply moving in this place where over 1 million people were murdered, more than anywhere else in the history of humankind. And the great tragedy, but we learn from that. We're trying to learn from that and say, how can we as Christians see a different future? I thought you might want to see some of this, and I'm going to have you go through it the way we did. I'm going to give you 30 seconds of silence just to see what we saw at Auschwitz-Birkenau. That was a very sobering experience and one that I'll never forget, and I'm certain those students will never forget it either. But now we're here outside of Warsaw at a retreat center with over 300 Polish and Ukrainian pastors, laity, children, youth, and adults, and it is really exciting. Tell us what the kids have been doing with the children and youth.
Our students have been leading a vacation Bible camp using the same Jesus tour that we got to use in Kansas City. So the same games, the same coloring sheets, except it's in Polish this time. And we have already had a blast with students getting to hang out with them and play these games. And then our youth are leading other youth. They're sharing their stories and their faith journeys with them, and then leading some of their favorite games and sharing some of their favorite American snacks with them.
That's so awesome. And I understand there's some of those teenagers who are not believers, and we've got youth who are leading both the children and the youth, right? They're broken up in
Yes.
two teams, and it's been so exciting. I have to say this, and I'm also teaching. I've got 4 or 5 sessions I'm teaching about Methodism, church leadership. I'm having a chance to talk about how we reach people for Christ and God and suffering. We're going to talk about that as well, and several other topics. But I have to tell you, the thing that's been most moving to me is getting to spend time with these teenagers. And this is an amazing group of youth. We planned this trip 2 years ago because we wanted to invest in the lives of teenagers. These are some of our brightest and best students. We got a ton of kids like this around Resurrection. And I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, they are who they are because those of you who invested in them in children's Sunday school, in youth Sunday school, in youth group, in confirmation, you've been mentors to them, and they are amazing. And I'm excited to see what God has in store for their lives and what God's going to do through them here in Poland, but also back in the United States. It's just amazing. Anything last you want to say, any invitation you want to give to people?
Yeah, when you serve in student ministry, you don't just have an impact on students in Kansas City, but you have a global impact because these are the leaders of our church now, but they will be the leaders of the church in the future as well. And we would invite you to serve with our students and be a part of amazing experiences like this.
Yeah, you have a chance to change the world by investing in students. I want to encourage you to do that. That's what I've been trying to do this week. I want to encourage you to do the same. So thank you so much. Continue to pray for us, and we look forward to seeing you next weekend in worship.